Hi, and in this video I'll be grading every driver's performance so far coming into the summer break. The following are the benchmark for my rating system that I will be implementing as exceeding expectation or prediction. A. As good as we expect, or a little bit better. B is acceptable, should be better but we'll take it. C is below expectation. D. Severely underperforming. E. Don't deserve to be in F1. Please note that everything I said is based on facts and of course my own opinion. So without further ado, let's start the video. So first is Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team. The first driver that we'll be talking about is Sir Lewis Hamilton, the reigning champion of F1 since 2017. Yeah, his performance and conduct this season is kinda sketchy. From the constant bitching to the sketchy move against Verstappen at Silverstone, well, so far he is good but not as dominant as seasons past. It could be because of the FIA regulation change that nerfed Mercedes and Aston Martin, but in my opinion, Hamilton often look kinda skittish. Maybe because for the first time since Nico Rosberg, he have a legit competitor in Max Verstappen. I'll give him a B+ grade. I mean, coming into the summer break, he's still leading the championship, albeit by a small margin, not to mention he seems to gain form on the past few races. The next driver I'll be talking about is Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton's not so trusty sidekick. From being touted as the next Finnish world champion to maybe going to midfield team next season. His performance this season have been abysmal. Sometimes he performs kinda okay, in other occasions he's fighting with Williams' car for a position in lower midfield. To add even more, there is also that kamikaze fan. If he want to keep his seat next season, he needs to pull it together, and so far he's not very convincing. For this, I'll give him a C rating. Overall, he performs below expectation, especially for a Mercedes driver. Second team that we'll be talking about is the Ural-Kali Haas F1 team. First is Mick Schumacher, the reigning F2 champion and son of legendary driver Michael Schumacher. Well, he did get into F1, although I'm sure he would prefer other teams, but still. Anyway, we can't really compare his results to anyone other than his teammate, because Haas literally said fuck development. When compared to his teammate, he has outclassed Mazepin in almost every race, finishing higher than Mazepin in 9 out of 11 races so far, and that's good, although he made some errors and spins along the way, but he's a rookie. For this, I'll give him a B rating. Not a bad performance, but could use some work. The next Haas driver that we'll be talking about is Nikita Mazepin, one of the most obvious paid driver in recent history. Coming into 2021 season, there were a few interesting events surrounding him. I even made a video on that. Anyway, coming into the summer break, he seems to be more nicer and understanding. He even embraced the nickname and meme that the public gave him, and that's nice. But let's get into the main thing. His performance. From my perspective, he is no match at all for teammate Mick Schumacher. The results shows this. And he also pissed almost all of the current grid as well. Well, he kinda stabilized a little bit, but still left a lot to be desired. For this, I'll give him an E+. I still think he doesn't deserve to be in F1, and if it's not because of his dad, there is no way a team will pick him up. I'm telling you, there is a much more better choice. Okay, now let's get into the Red Bull Racing Honda. First driver is Max Verstappen, Red Bull's golden boy and the only viable challenger to dethrone Lewis Hamilton this season, leading and dominating the driver standings for almost half of the race calendar, before Hamilton and Mercedes decided to pull some bullshit move on him. On the other hand, his performance when there is no external intervention is quite excellent, achieving podiums and race wins on a consistent basis. For this, I'll give him an A+. Great performance, even more than I originally predict before the season starts. The next Red Bull driver is Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen's trusty sidekick. In my opinion, the most consistent and skilled driver alongside Max since Danny Rick. So far, he has been great. He even got a win at Baku. But his last 2 races coming into the summer break has been a nightmare. A retirement at Hungary and a P16 finish at Silverstone. Yeah, he gotta regain his previous form, fast. The Mercedes boys are on top right now and Red Bull need to give it all they got. Anyway, Sergio has been okay this season. For that, I'll give him a B+. Good job. The next team is Alfa Romeo Racing Orleans. The first driver is Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman and former world champion. One of the fan favorites for his straight to the point personality. This season, he looked a little bit sloppy. He made some odd mistakes in races. Performance-wise, he has been a little bit better than Antonio, although sadly he seems to be declining due to age. No surprise there, I also think that he will retire next season. Anyway, I think he deserves a B- for his performance. Kinda okay, but that odd mistakes could use some work. The next Alfa Romeo driver is Antonio Giovinazzi. The Italian Jesus has been Alfa Romeo's driver since 2019. He has been consistent in his performances, but there are rumors that he won't get an extension next season and might lose his F1 drive. That's too bad, since he isn't a bad driver, but he's also not very young anymore. Not to mention the Valtteri Bottas rumor as well. Anyway, in terms of performance, he has been slightly below Kimi, although not by too far. For this, I'll give him a B- rating. Kinda okay. The last team that we'll be talking today is the McLaren F1 team. First one is Lando Norris. The McLaren wonderkid have been a pleasant surprise this season by continuously finishing in high positions and were on a streak of points finishing position for a McLaren driver with 15. In addition, he achieved 3 podium finishes and often finishing in top 5. Sadly, he was unable to extend that record because Bottas decided to be kamikaze pilot and obliterate almost all of Sir Lewis Hamilton's competitors. Anyway, considering his performance, I'll give him an S rating. You have to admit that in the beginning of the season, you don't expect Lando to do this well. Good for him. And the last driver that I'll be talking is Daniel Ricciardo. The Honey Badger came to McLaren this season hoping to fight for podiums. Unfortunately, he seems to be struggling in the McLaren outfit, being outperformed by Lando Norris most of the time. He did get a P5 in Silverstone and looks to be much more comfortable compared to the start of the season. But before the season starts, I thought he will be fighting for podiums. But yeah, it didn't exactly went as well as planned. Anyway, he's kind of underwhelming, I guess. Not bad, but still performs below expectation, especially when compared to Norris. For this, I'll give him a B-. Good thing is, he seems to get more used to the McLaren car now. Hopefully, he will continue to improve. Anyway, yeah, that's it for part 1 of this video. Part 2 is coming this weekend. Stay tuned, thank you for watching. If you like it, please share, like and subscribe. And yeah, have a nice day.